Hello, welcome to another episode of Pre-Workout Chat. Today is July 6th, 2024, and in today's episode we will be doing a update on my harder than last time HTLT experiment using the supplements GO2 Max and Turk Builder Plus. Before I begin today's episode, just want to shoot out a quick disclaimer. All right, now that we got that out of the way, on with the show. Okay. So, I started taking Turk Builder Plus and GO2 Max on June 23rd. At the time that I started, I was around, the weight was kind of fluctuating between 359 and 362. Before I had started the experiment, I was in the first phase of my training, and during this phase, I was training at least 2 times a week for, it was kind of like on and off for about 2 months. Along the way, I had caught COVID, and COVID kind of had me knocked out for about 2 weeks. During those 2 weeks, I wasn't doing any exercise. I, of course, did try to exercise 2 times, and it was cardio, and I got so winded that I just had to just go ahead and just stop because it really wasn't, it wasn't being fruitful, and it was just making the situation worse. So I just, gave myself a nice little 2 week rest. Now, I didn't stay home. I was still going to work. So I really wasn't resting like I should have been resting. And, I paid the price because the COVID kind of stuck around longer than what I wanted. Now, this go around, I've had COVID before. And this time when I had COVID, it was really attacking my lungs. And so my lungs got pretty damaged because of the COVID. So my lungs are not in 100% like they were. In fact, I'm still getting over COVID. That's why I have this lingering cough. And some days I only cough a little bit, and some days I cough pretty often. So it's just something that's just there. I'm just waiting for it to completely go away. If the cough lingers for like another 2 weeks, then I will consider going to a doctor to get that checked out to make sure that there's nothing else going on with my lungs. So that was the preface to me beginning the experiment. So my muscles were not as conditioned because, it got hit during the whole COVID thing. But it was still, my muscles were still at a place where, it was a little bit trained. So when I first started taking the GO2 Max and the Turk Builder Plus, I was only taking one capsule of Turk Builder, and one capsule of Turk Builder contains approximately 15 milligrams of testosterone. The GO2 Max was pretty potent like day one. Like when I first started taking the GO2 Max, I was able to do steady state cardio for about an hour and a half, absolutely no problems. I only took like 2 or 3 breaks that were basically just me stretching for like about a minute or something. But I was able to pretty much keep the steady state cardio all the way through, and I still kept it at zone 2 cardio. So, and for me, zone 2 cardio is between 116 beats per minute to 135 beats per minute. That's zone 2 cardio for me. And so I was able to do that with no problem. So right off the bat, GO2 Max was giving great results immediately. Now I can't say the same thing about the Turk Builder Plus. So when I first started taking the Turk Builder Plus, again, I only started, of course, with one capsule, because if you read the direction, it even tells you that you should begin with a lower dosage to gauge your tolerance, and then you should go ahead and up the dosage as needed, right? So again, I started with just one capsule. I didn't really notice anything. I didn't notice any difference for my recovery. I didn't notice any difference for when I was lifting weights. In fact, if you look at where the working weights that I was training at before I had COVID, and then after I had COVID, the weights had actually went down a little bit. And that's understandable, because if you take 2 weeks off, you're going to begin to see some lossage of strength and even muscle itself. So that's just natural. So I was trying to build it back up. So week 1 really didn't really do that much. Basically, after about I would say after about 3 or 4 days, I decided to go ahead and up the dosage, right? So June 27th, I went ahead and started taking 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus. And so 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus is going to be approximately 30 milligrams of turkesterone. And I will say, when I upped the dosage to 30 milligrams, and by the way, I was still taking like 1 capsule on the days that I was not training. When I upped it to 30 milligrams, I was able to feel a difference with my workout immediately. And what that difference was I was able to push myself and lift more weights, right? I was also able to do the entire workout without skipping any of the exercises. Now, again, coming off of COVID, I was a little bit weak, and I had created a schedule, and inside that schedule, I had a lot of different exercises. So originally, I was trying to do a push leg routine, right? So upper body, lower body routine. Sorry, that's what I was trying to do at first. So I had this crazy routine, and pretty much I was doing about, at the time, I had about 13 different exercises that I was doing. Of course, I eliminated some of them, but pretty much all of the exercises that you see here were the exercises that I was doing in the beginning. Now, of course, again, day 1, when I got off of COVID, I wasn't able to do all of these exercises. So I ended up pretty much like cutting almost half of them out, and when I first started working out. And it was the same thing with the legs and core. Of course, I did have a lot more exercises for my legs and core. I did end up getting rid of some of them, but even then, in the beginning, I can only do like about pretty much. I did actually, for the leg routine, I was able to do most of it. I think I only took away like 3 different exercises. Again, I still had like a lot more different exercises. I just as time progressed, I kind of changed some stuff up. So that's how it was pretty much going the first round. But When June 27th, I just wanted to see if taking two capsules of Turk Builder Plus, would that make a difference? And it most certainly did. Now I was able to do all of the exercises for the upper body and the lower body. I was able to do it all. I was able to lift more weights. In fact, when you look at the amount of weights that I was lifting before COVID compared to the amount of weights I was lifting after COVID, and then when I upped the dosage to two capsules of Turk Builder Plus, I actually exceeded the amount of weights that I was lifting before COVID. So that's when I was at my peak. I was on average, I was able to increase the weight all around for each of the exercises. I was able to push out on average about 15 extra pounds. If you've seen how I was progression with the weights before I entered phase two with the Turk Builder Plus and the GO2 Max, before phase two, what I did was I started out with a weight that I know I can push, and so I did not measure my 1 rep max. And that's because I had built my home gym and I wasn't too comfortable with like overloading the bar because I don't have anybody around. So if I hurt myself, I don't really have somebody to have my back. So I just didn't want to take my weight rack does have safety bars, but I just didn't want to take the chances, right? So I just wanted to be safe about everything. So I just started with a weight that I know I can push, and I was just basically slowly adding on weight until I felt like a stimulus, and that's pretty much how I was developing my working weight, right? So pretty much every week that I had worked out, I just went ahead and just added like 2.5 or 5 or maybe 10 pounds to the bar. And I do have like changer weights, so I got these little 2.5 plates, and I got these 5 pound plates, and that's pretty much what I would do to transition myself each week, so that I'm basically just consistently adding more weight to the bar every week. And I was just doing this and doing this and doing this. And when I got to a point where the weight was basically too much, and how I gauged that the weight was too much was if I could not recover with by my next scheduled workout time, then I know that weight was too much. And so what I would do is I would just stick with that weight a little bit longer, So I would probably just stay at that weight for about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks before considering adding more weight to it. And that's pretty much what I did for my working weight. So the Turk Builder Plus, it allowed me to push myself to lift, which then enabled me to lift more weight. So, Turk Builder Plus is kind of advertised as being a more natural supplement because this is derived from plants. So it's advertised as being like a more natural supplement that has steroid-like effects, right? If you know anything about the terkesterone, and when you look at the flyctosteroids or the ecdysteroids, when you're looking at these type of ecdysteroids, they pretty much kind of resemble steroids, but they're more incomplete, right? They're missing a few molecules, so the compound it's not exactly like steroids, so it's going to be so it's not as anabolic as steroids at the end of the day, so you're not going to really get the effects that you're looking for if you're trying to get the exact steroid effects. But this is kind of advertised to be like maybe a quarter of what you can possibly get from the steroids if you're just taking the basic dosage. or like maybe even up to like a third, of the effects of steroids. So that's really what I was trying to see with this experiment, like how much of that steroid like effects that I can get. Now, when taking ecdie steroids, for some people, it's really a hit or miss. So there's always a chance that even if, let's say, I got good results from it, there's a chance that you might not get those same results. I think it's really kind of 50-50, you know what I'm saying? So that's the type of ideal that I would go with if you were thinking about trying these supplements. So, in terms of steroids, we kind of understand how steroids work, right? Steroids basically, it mimics testosterone, because it pretty much kind of looks like testosterone, and so it's going to boost your protein synthesis. It's going to reduce the effects of cortisol, and this is what essentially enables you to be able to build more muscles, right? It's gonna, like, when you're taking stuff like when you're taking steroids like Tren, essentially that's what it does. It's going to help numb you to the pain. It's going to allow you to push yourself more, and it's going to create a environment that's very conducive to muscle building, and that's how it works. So, again, can something like Turk Builder get close to those effects? Well, I think in time, as I continue to do this experiment, we're going to see. But so far, what I will say is Turk Builder Plus, when you find the right dosage, and for me, I noticed a dramatic difference when I took 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus, right? So when I take 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus, I can push myself. Now, can it actually help with the recovery process? And that part I do not know. You see, I have not worked out since June 27th, 2024, and that is because I overdid it. I overdid it. Okay, so when I took the Turk Builder, it allowed me to push myself so much, and I was doing so many different exercises. I kind of wrote myself a ticket to Stab City. The specific muscles that I was kind of messing up was my biceps. You see, normally I was lifting about 50, about somewhere between like 50 to 60 pounds when I was using the Easy Bar. And when I took the Turk Builder, I went over 70 pounds. It was just like immediately, I just went over 70 pounds. So again, if I'm normally lifting somewhere between 50 to 60 pounds, I just automatically just shot up to 70, because when I had put in, because I think at the time I was working with like about 50, and so I did it. I felt nothing. I upped it to 60. I felt nothing, and then I just upped it to 70, and I felt the stimulus. And so that's generally what I do when I'm lifting weights, is to try to find the weight that works for me. I don't have like a specific number that I increase each week. I'm not going to like increase 2.5 pounds every single week. Some week I might increase it by 5, some week 2.5, some week it might even go all the way up by 10. It may even go all the way up by 15. Who knows, right? It really depends on the stimulation. So when I'm lifting a weight, I have to feel some type of stimulation. If I get nothing from lifting a weight, just imagine that you're curling a 10-pound weight, okay? You do a 10-pound weight, you're doing 3 sets by 12, you do 12 reps of just lifting a 10-pound weight, and you're going like, I don't feel nothing, right? So it's the same way. That's how I gauge whether that weight is effective or not. If I don't feel a stimulation from the first set, I'm going to treat that set like a warm-up, and then I'm just going to increase the weight even more. And that's typically what I do. So that's why the amount of weight that goes up each week is really just coming down to how much stimulus that I can feel when I do my first set. So I didn't feel anything. And so that's why I had to up it to 70. And it was the same thing with all my other exercises. I was increasing the weight by like 5 to 10 pounds on average. Actually, no, the average was about 10 pounds. So I was increasing the weight on average about 10 pounds. And it was crazy. And here's the thing. I did both an easy bar curl and I did a straight bar curl. Now, I will say, when I was doing the straight bar curl, that's probably where I was almost tearing my muscle up. Because what happened was, when I was doing the straight bar curl, instead of me having the weight like kind of like shoulder, instead of me having my hands like shoulder width apart, I had my hands a little bit further than shoulder width apart, right? And so that created a little bit too much tension around my tendon area. And that's where I was messing up, okay? So I exercised the 27th, and let's see, the 27th was a Thursday night. For the most part, I bounced back. It took me until like around July 2nd, which is a Tuesday. Tuesday was when I felt that my muscles had recovered enough for me to do some working out. Basically, I felt all of my pushing muscles had fully recovered. My biceps, they were not like fully recovered. So that's why I felt like I could do like maybe a chest, shoulder, and tricep workout. Now, remember, the next day, on June 28th, I did the lower body workout, and I was really digging in deep. And so so when I did my lower body workout, I of course was also, because again at the time I was taking 30 milligrams of turkesterone, so 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus. So when I did that, I was also basically increasing the weight by like about on average 15 pounds for each exercise. I did that, and for the most part, the leg muscles, everything was okay except for my quads. I overdid it on the quads. You see, I was so focused on my muscles and lifting all that weight because, you're very focused when you're, squatting a lot of weight. And I was really putting butt to the floor. Like when I was doing my squat, I was really squatting deep, which is not something that I normally do. Like usually when I'm doing my squat, right, if you see the butt, this is pretty much about as low as I go. Pretty much like right there is be as low as I go. So basically it's almost like I'm just sitting in a chair, right? But when I was taking 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus, my butt was going right to where my heels were. So I was doing the squat. I was basically, the form was a lot better, but I put too much weight on it, right? So think about it. If I was doing a full squat, so some of those muscles are not really fully trained, and I was doing that with heavy weight. And so again, it took a longer time for my muscles to recover, right? So again, I felt like I could do something Tuesday, but I wasn't really fully healed until like Wednesday. But I still felt a little bit of tingling sensation, just a little bit of something going on with the tendons. And I just went like, you know what? Let me go ahead and not do anything for 2 more days, because I want to make sure that my tendons are fully healed up. So that's why I just pretty much just went ahead and took like a whole week off from working out, because again, I am 34 years old. I turned 35 in October, and I am not interested in destroying my body just for ego and everything, right? So I just, want to be more chill about everything. I was actually going to work out today, but I just decided to go ahead and record this video and a few others and just get that out the way. And then later on, Sunday is when I'm just going to like focus on, working out and stuff like that. In fact, I went ahead and, created I did some modifications to my routine, and I'll get into that in another video. But yeah, I will say the Turk Builder Plus, so far, I can feel the effects of it when I'm taking 30 milligrams, right? So 2 capsules. When I'm taking 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus, I can feel it. And I can feel it enabling me to basically push my muscles more. Now, being able to push around more weight is good and all, but what about the recovery aspect? Now, you see, I can't tell how effective the Turk Builder Plus is when it comes to recovery. I know from past experience, when I overwork myself, it usually takes me like a full on 7 days before I feel the sensation like leave my muscle. The sensation of it, you know, feeling aches and stuff like that. When it's like fully gone, where you don't feel anything at all, it usually takes me about 5 to 6 days to like really fully recover from that. And for the most part, see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. For the most part, I would say, aside from the tendons, because the tendons, it's like the saying goes, your muscles get stronger before your tendons. With that being said, I would say that my muscles, even after overdoing it, I would still say that it took me about Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It took me about 4 days for my entire body to heal up after working out for like 2 different days. So doing upper body one day, lower body the second day. I did not feel my upper body recover until like Tuesday. Again, not counting the tendons. And for my leg muscles, I did not feel them fully recover until like Wednesday. So thinking about that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So yeah, 5 days. So it took me about 5 days to recover each body part. So it's still within the range of how long it normally takes me to recover. So that's why I can't really gauge the recoverability of the Turk Builder Plus. At least I can't gauge it when you overwork yourself, which is why I'm going to make some minor changes to my routine. I'm still going to do all the exercises, but I'm going to try to make the exercises a little bit shorter. But anyway, that has been my update. We're going to continue this experiment with the Turk Builder Plus and the GO2 Max. We're going to continue doing this experiment. We still have a long way to go. Ultimately, this experiment is truly to test to see how good of results that these two supplements can benefit you if you're trying to create a program where you are basically building muscle while trying to lose weight, right? So it's to feed the ultimate greed. I want to lose weight, I want to build muscle, and I'm trying to see if these supplements can help you achieve your goals when you're trying to go down such a program, right? And so far, what we can conclude is GO2 Max. When it comes down to cardio and stuff, GO2 Max can really give you that endurance. It can really help you work out longer, especially when you're doing something like cardio. If you're trying to do like a steady state cardio for a long period of time at like zone 2, this stuff right here, it definitely works. When it comes down to muscle development, I will say Turk Builder Plus, so far, it can allow you to push more weight in the gym like it's nothing. So I will say, in terms of like how much weight it's allowing me to like kind of push without feeling anything, I would say let's see, divided by 70 minus 55 divided by. So far, I will say, as like a baseline, Turk Builder Plus, because I just had to do a quick calculation based off of the increase in weight that I was able to do, again, within the first week of me taking the Turk Builder Plus and stuff. I will say that it allowed me to basically increase the weight by about 30% more than what I normally do. So Turk Builder Plus, so far, check mark when it comes to allowing you to push yourself in the gym. And for me, Turk Builder Plus, when I'm just taking 2 capsule, allows me to do 30% more intensity in the gym. And when I'm talking about intensity, I'm just talking about pushing more weight for a longer period of time. Turk Builder Plus, it gets that check mark. Now, I am interested to see what Turk Builder Plus, taking 3 capsules, so 45 milligrams. I am interested to see what 45 milligrams of testosterone can do for me. Maybe it can allow me to heal up faster. I'm not sure, but I am making some modifications to my workout. So again, I'm trying to essentially, instead of doing like 13 exercises in one session, I'm basically trying to break it up where I'm doing 4 exercises in a session, and I'm trying to do 2 sessions a day. So it'll be like, it'll be also opposing muscle group. Like for example, one day it'll be like chest, shoulders, and triceps in the morning, and then in the afternoon it'll be ab work. And so basically a push and some core work, and then it'll be like the next day it'll be pull, and it'll be some leg work, and it'll just be 4 exercises for each of these muscle groups. And so what I'm going to do is I'm trying to like focus more on I'm trying to eliminate the junk volume, and I'm trying to concentrate more on my form, and also I want to increase the weight more, because when I increase the weight, it's very inspirational to me, and it makes me want to keep working out. So I like seeing the weight go up, or if I'm able to do more reps, I enjoy stuff like that. And so that's what I'm going to continue to do for the duration of this experiment. Now, in terms of side effects, um, freaking COVID cough. In terms of side effects, I will say I haven't really noticed any side effects. Now, as a disclaimer, some of the side effects that have been notated when you're taking stuff like ecdy steroids have, maybe been something like, I remember, one person was talking about they felt a little bit more anxious, so a little bit more anxiety. Heard one person who took some ecdy steroids before, and he was pretty much saying how he had like an increased appetite, which, by the way, this guy was like less than 10% body fat, and he was trying to grow his muscles, so basically hypertrophy training. And yeah, it's like a no-brainer. He was lifting more weight, and so there you go. He was damaging his muscles more. So your muscle's going to fill in. So of course he's going to need more material. So naturally his appetite would go up. So these are some, and I know another guy was talking about how he had issues with sleep or something like that. So that's why he would take the ecdy steroids like in the morning. I actually have, because I was having some scheduling issues with my job, so I was actually taking the ecdy steroids. I was taking, Turk Builder Plus. I was taking this pretty much like around like 8 o'clock. So I was taking this really late. I did not have any issues with my sleep. And again, as a disclaimer, before I was taking Turk Builder Plus, I was taking, I am still taking ashwagandha and black maca. So I have like a supplement, I just got it off of Amazon. I'm not going to like name the name or anything like that. But it's black maca with ashwagandha, and this specific herb is really good for dealing with anxiety and stuff like that. So stress and anxiety. So I would say if there were some anxiety or something like that, I would say the ashwagandha was pretty much taking care of that, like right from the start. So again, I wouldn't know about any side effects like anxiety. I really haven't noticed any issues with my sleep. But then again, at the time, I was only taking, for most of the time, because again, it was only 2 days that I took 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus. And those 2 days that I took the capsules of Turk Builder Plus, because again, I was working out so late, I went ahead and took like the full dosage of melatonin gummies. I basically have like a extra strength, like 5 times strength melatonin gummies by ZQL. And I basically took those because I just had no choice. I didn't finish working out and showering and drinking a protein shake until like 11:30. And so I needed something to knock me out so that I could wake up for work in the morning. Else, if I didn't, I would have just probably just stayed awake all the way to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and only got like maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep before going to work. So again, I was already taking melatonin. Well, I've only took the melatonin gummies 2 times, and those were during those 2 days that I worked out real late, which were also the days that I took 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus. But when I was taking 1 capsule of Turk Builder Plus, and again, when I took 1 capsule, I really didn't feel any effects of the Turk Builder Plus. So I didn't feel any positive effects, nor did I feel any negative effects. And because of all the stuff that I'm already taking, I can't really tell if taking 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus is resulting in any side effects. The only way I will be able to see if there's like any issues with sleep when it comes to taking the Turk Builder Plus is I will have to, one, not drink any caffeine for about 5 days. Two, I would have to make sure that I do my exercise in the morning and take the Turk Builder in the morning. And then I can measure and see on the days that I take the 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus, those would be the days that I could actually see if there's some side effects when it comes to sleep. And again, I'm already taking stuff like ashwagandha, and I do drink a lot of herbal teas and stuff like that. So I don't really feel that anxiety. The only side note in terms of anxiety that I could feel is during the time that I've been out, healing and stuff like that. I really just kept hyper focusing on wanting to get back in the gym and work out. Like I kept thinking, I'm wasting away. I'm losing my gains. I'm just getting fat. Like those were some of the things that kind of popped into my head, and I don't know if it's because of the Turk Builder Plus or if it's because of my own mindset. Because again, I was already out for 2 weeks, and then I started working out, and then everything was going well, and then I was only able to basically work out for like 2 weeks, and then bada boom, bada bang, week number 3, I had to completely take off because I almost ripped some tendons. So again, I can't really gauge if it's the Turk Builder Plus or if it's me. You know what I'm saying? So anxiety, sleeping issues, appetite. I'm not really noticing side effects like that. What actually, one thing I will say is I had the desire to have relations with the ladies. I've had that desire. So I've been, in the mood more. Like maybe that has been a side effect of the Turk Builder Plus or the GO2 Max. Wanting to have sexy time. That might be a side effect of the Turk Builder Plus. But then again, I also heard that, when people are working out and getting more healthy, especially when you're bulking and lifting weights, I've heard like people, they get, wanting to have more sexy time during those states. So that could be me. Again, I can't really gauge the side effects. So for the time being, I'm going to say 0 side effects with the Turk Builder Plus, and more. It allows you to push yourself more. Now, again, I will have to test this out with better conditions, especially when my lungs bounce back from the damage from the COVID. When my lungs are like fully healed and my routine is stable and the diet is fully stable, because right now I would say that I'm about like 85% on the diet and about 15% not on the diet. So once I get the diet better and keep everything more consistent, then I can really gauge the possible side effects of the Turk Builder Plus. But I already have issues with sleep because of caffeine, and so I've been slowly eliminating that from my diet. Every now and then I kind of get a craving for caffeine. For the most part, I just drink tea, and that's how I kind of like deal with the caffeine stuff. So, but I would say this week I did have some caffeine because it was closing, so I did have some issues with work. But now that the closing is over with, get the caffeine out of my system, get the diet down, and get the routine down more, and then I can give some better experiment results with these supplements. But for the condition that I was in when I started this, pretty good. One 15 milligrams of turkesterone does nothing for me. I need at least 30 milligrams of turkesterone before I actually feel an effect. And the effects that I feel is going to be pushing myself more in the gym. I don't really know if I'm feeling anxiety when I don't work out. So I can't really gauge that. But I'm not really having any issues with the sleep. The GO2 Max, I was able to, again, there is no side effects from the GO2 Max. This is all around, this is a very good supplement. So even if I was to stop taking the Turk Builder Plus, I would definitely keep on taking the GO2 Max because this is going to be perfect for cardio, at least cardio for me. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you were able to get something from this. But I just wanted to go ahead and just get out that update. In the next video, I will be talking about some changes that I'm going to do to my routine. But for now, that's all. So, honestly, truly, I hope you guys was able to get something from this, but most importantly, I want you all to stay on the path, and let's all get fit together. Let's achieve some goals, and just cut out the excuses, and just be happy, right? Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.